Shido. Shido, my boy. I'm gonna need you to wake up. What's up, guys? I'm here to do a breakdown and discussion on whether or not Shido Ryusei, the unimaginable demon, the dark beast of Blue Lock, the one who once bore an ego that no one in Blue Lock could ever hope to obtain, we need to talk about whether or not he's done. He's finished. He's over. He's fallen off. He's garbage. He's trash. He's due to whatever you want to say. We are here to talk about it because, ladies and gentlemen, with PXG versus BM seemingly enough nearing its conclusion, and nobody, except for a very select few, but nobody even believing there's a shadow of a doubt, of a hope, of a dream, of a fantasy that Shido Ryusei is scoring that final goal. And honestly, his overall, I'm not going to say lackluster, but underwhelming performance throughout PXG versus BM, we have a lot to talk about. So let's not waste any more time, and let's hop right into it. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do mean to have it on me, and keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact, Shido Ryusei is, a beloved character, though. Let me not even play these games. Almost everybody I know who likes Blue Lock likes Shido. I don't think I've actually met, like, a genuine Shido hater. People just don't like that Shido had so much spotlight and was giving so much glaze initially, but, like, Shido, he kinda, like, don't get me wrong, he's so him that now I'm concerned that he's not enough him. Because the one thing about PXG versus BM is that everybody in their mama knew that Shido had to score. Right? Like, it was a law of nature, right? Just like we knew Kaiser had to score. Though admittedly, I had some doubt. I had some hope and hope that it was going to be a Sagi hat trick. I was coming. But, like, while everyone knew that Shido had to score, everyone knew that Kaiser had to score, everyone knew that Rin had to score, everyone knew that Isagi had to score, we especially knew that Shido had to score. And of course, it makes sense that he's the opening goal, you know? A combo dragon head diver, some clean, some light, some cool, some even. But, like, I saw it around then, and even my own reaction in the review, which you can go check out. But even at the time, a lot of people were like, is that it? is that it? Like, that's the goal? Because everybody in the mom also knew that Shido was only getting that one goal. Like, whether or not you are a PXG truther, or ultimately you think that PXG is going to win and take the game away, and bada bing, bada boom, you know, Isai's going to lose the ring again. Or you were a reader of the manga. I'm kidding. Or you're a BM truther where you're like, BM's gonna win, and either it's gonna be Kunigami, it's gonna be Izagi, it's gonna be someone's gonna score that final goal. Shido can only get one because Rin also had to score. So, like, sure, it was a cool goal, but considering it was going to be the only goal that he was going to get the entire game, it was kind of underwhelming to a certain degree. And that sentiment has only increased now. And it doesn't help that the Neo Aegis League has been filled with some of the most insane goals throughout the entire manga. Whether it be any of Kaiser's goals, whether it be I call it now infamous, but a lot of people still love it. So I say the famous two-gun volley, whether it be Nagi's 5-stage volley, like, legitimately, this even borrows double nutmeg, like, legitimately. The Neo Aegis League has been going crazy with goal, after goal, after goal, after goal, after goal. And while the dragon head diver's kind of clean, it just doesn't hit the same. Even the mid-air crash that Rin did to Isagi was more impressive. And considering that was a goal that everyone else was predicting as well, it feels weird that Shido kind of fell in the grand scheme of things. And then what didn't help that is that Shido, for the rest of the game essentially, was on lockdown. Lockdown or Ghost Town, and whichever you want to pick. Because when Kunigami got laid on that man after that goal, Shido did not touch that darn ball. And if he ever did, it was like for half a panel before Kunigami took it and that thing was gone. So Shido got shut down. Naturally. And the thing is, everybody and their mama knew it, right? Like, that's the thing. We all knew that Shido's only going to get one goal, but he had to get a goal because he's one of the twin dragons of PXG, so, like, he has to get one. But, like, it just doesn't really hit the same to see him get locked down to Kunigami the whole game. And then, notably, when Loki's on the field, he's only on the field because of who? Not Shido, let me tell you that. Definitely not Shido. He's on there because of Rin. Big bad boy Rin. Big body Rin. Big destroyer Rin. Like, he's out there like, I see potential in you, Rin. And Charles is like, I see potential in you, Rin. And Shido's kind of just there, kind of just, you know, around, kind of not really doing all too much. Like, do you even remember what he did while Loki was on the field? Because I sure don't. And I legit just read it. Yeah, that's kind of bad, ain't it? And all this, especially considering I still don't think she was going to score, and I don't think anyone else, except for, once again, like I mentioned at the beginning, the rare few think she was going to score. It made me get hit with this kind of heavy narrative sledgehammer. It's almost as someone took Thor's hammer itself and then beat your boy over the dome with it to make me think about a very dark thing that has me a little bit worried for Shido in his future. Don't get me wrong. The Neo Aegis League as a whole is a story about progression through regression. Every single character who's done anything, and especially has scored goals in the Neo Aegis League or had a big moment in the Neo Aegis League, has gone back to their past, to their core, to the base of who they are, and then evolved in that way. Destruction and evolution through revolution of previous ideals. We see this with Chigiri. We see this with Bachira and the Monster. We see this with Chigiri. We see this with Nagi and Rail and Isagi and Kaiser and Bara, and even to a certain degree, typically we just don't know enough about Young Noah, but still, like, we've seen almost every single character progress through regression, especially all of our major Blue Lockers. And that's real cool. And of course, thusly, Shido has stayed the exact same, because Shido's just been, the guy who scores goals. And I think that's where the problem hit me. I personally don't think Shido will ever be placed at the same narrative level that he was in U20. It may be a bold claim. Some of y'all might be looking like, Pencilman, what are you talking about? But I need y'all to hear me out. Do you really think that Shido's ever going to be put in the main antagonist role again? Like up there as the top dog. He was barely put in the main antagonist role when he was meant to be one of them. Here in PhD versus BM. Like, sure, he's been a problem, but once again, the man hasn't touched the ball in 40 chapters. It's been a whole darn year. The boy's barely done anything since his first goal. So, do you really think that he's going to be given that kind of spotlight again? Especially when we're going to have other characters who need that spotlight. Either new antagonists worldwide for the U20 arc, and for the upcoming possible club arc after the U20 arc. So Shido's never going to be at that level again. And you know what else is bad for Shido? He's going to be on a team. The U20 team of Japan. Which has not one, not two, not three, not four, but at least 5 separate characters who all have more character, for one, and more narrative weight than Shido. Obviously, it's Isagi. Then it's Rin. Then it's Nagi. Then it's arguably characters like Bachira. Well, not even arguably. Bachira's kind of the dragon, so Bachira. And then even characters like Kunigami and Shigiri, technically, they lug a little bit of narrative weight behind them. And the thing is, they're all strikers. And if I was a gambling man, I'd put money on them getting more screen time and more establishment and more something, a little bit more heft, if you will. And that's a problem. As a Shido fan, that's a problem, because that means he's kind of always going to be a bit underwhelming, right? If he stays on his current path. Now, you may be wondering, Pencilman, what are you talking about? Note how, in comparison to all the other characters I mentioned so far, and even lesser characters such as Lorenzo, such as Kaiser, such as Snuffy, even a hint of Noah, I'd say a little sprinkle of Noah, we actually kind of know nothing about Shido. You remember that, right? Even as a Shido fan, if you were to ask me, hey, what's his relationship with his parent? I have no idea. I like to joke about the idea that they're a little freaked out that their kids like that. But at the same time, they could be freaky too. I have no clue. Why does Shido play soccer? I mean, for the love of the game, but guess what? Almost every other character in the manga plays it for the love of the game. So what's that? How has Shido struggled? I mean, he struggled to touch the darn ball for the past year or so, but he hasn't really struggled in a specifically intense or unique way. Like Chigiri is done with his injury, Isagi is done with his weakness, Kunigami did with his weakness, Rayo's done with his connection with Nagi, Nagi's done with the connection with Rayo. All these other characters have deep, intense struggles that attach me to them and make me believe that, oh yeah, they have story arcs and character arcs that we're going to see based on their history and background. And thusly, in the Neo Aegis League, a story about progression through regression, we've been able to see them progress through their regress. But Shido hasn't gone anywhere. He stayed the exact same. He's static. And it worked when he was just meant to be a major antagonist. It worked in U20. Nobody was asking about Shido backstory. Ain't nobody cared. All we cared about was when he hit that juicy, scrundly, just dragon dive, backflip into the goal. That was beautiful. It was scrumptious. It had everybody's toes curling. But now that we got all these other characters, now that he's no longer a major antagonist, now that he's fighting for the spotlight, he needs something. He needs something. Right now, he's just a little bit too hollow. A little bit too empty. And it seems like Kaneshiro Sensei isn't really doing much to rectify that. If there was any game to do it, it would be now. Now, don't get me wrong, I get it, this is mainly Rin's game. Of course it is. He's not the deuteragonist, but he's presumably the main rival of Isagi, and will always be the main rival of Isagi. Or maybe not always. Who knows? Depends. I know the Bar fans out there are like, but my bro! And me, a Kaiser fan out there, is like, my glorious emperor. But all that aside, Shido needs something. Because right now he's fallen. And he's fallen hard. And fast. And he's about to hit terminal velocity. Because right now, as he is, there's just nothing driving him. And there's nothing convincing me internally that if we do get a club arc, he's going to get a whole game to himself again. Right? That's the thing. I do believe that ultimately he'll probably be an antagonist again. But he'll be the same kind of antagonist he's been in PXG versus BM. Where he's there, but like, so will somebody else. Possibly a character with a more interesting dynamic. Someone who's not just there for the love of the game, but actually has like more reasons to play. Someone who's actually progressed and then maybe needs to evolve through regression or just keep evolving. Shido, since he's stagnant, since he stayed the same, it doesn't seem at all inclined to change, is in a very dangerous position right now. A position where he needs to do something to keep up. And not even in the sense that I think Shido will ever be kicked out of Blue Lock. Don't worry about that. That man Shido's not going anywhere. But that's the issue. He's not going anywhere. As a character, in terms of character history, in terms of character dynamics, he's the exact same guy as he was from when he was introduced over 150 chapters ago. See that? And the moment he tried to branch out and do something different, it was immediately shut down by Isagi and Kaiser, which I'm fine with. I think it works perfectly for their characters, and that's the thing, right? In the grand scheme of things, well, I want more from Shido because I'm a Shido fan, and I hope he doesn't fall off into oblivion and we just have the high of U20 Shido, which in the grand scheme of the narrative, once we're like 3 or 5 years down the line with more Blue Lock and done more, it's going to be like a sparkle, a glint in the past. I'm going to feel nostalgic for it. Technically, what is Shido there for? He's there for other characters. He's there for Kunigami's character arc, which he fed into wonderfully for PG vs. BM. He was there for Isagi and Kaiser's arc, which he fed into wonderfully to force them to team up and do their own thing and sell to winners. He fed into Rin's arc to be a great big bad antagonist that he needs to work alongside or get past or like he does good. He was a big bad antagonist. Like once again, he works for what he is for other characters, but I just want to know who Shido is as a character. I get it. He's freaky. I get it. He won't say. I get it. He struggles without a midfielder to support. I get it. But I need something more. His clock is running thin. It's okay to be hollow for a while. But it's been more than a while. It's been much longer than a while. This once while has turned into months upon months upon months of watching this boy struggle. And sort of lose his only chance to be something more. Or at least in a way that'll feel genuine and threatening, possibly for the next upwards of 3 or 4 years, depending on how long you think the Neo Ignis League, not the Neo Ignis League, but the U20 World Cup arc is going to last. He'll have his moments, undeniably. But I need more than moments from you. Shido, you say. I need a character. And I need it immediately. But, of course, that's what I think. Please what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you guys think Shido's falling off? Do you guys think that ultimately the way for him to stop falling off or at least get something is to like somehow develop more of a character than just the love of the game and being a little bit freaky? Or do you guys like Freakdo? Freaky Shido. And want him to stay that way, thinking it's okay to have a hollow character here or there as long as he keeps having his cool moments here and there and he doesn't just get completely abandoned by the narrative and like falls off and disappears from the top 23. Please let me know all that and more in the comment section down below. If you went all the way to the end of this video, please do me a favor and leave Freaky Deaky. Yeah, I said it. Freaky Deaky freaky deaky in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that little notification bell so you not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Sorry, I don't know why I hit that intro song. I'm sorry. Patreon memberships, $1 a month, $3 a month. Any support is always greatly appreciated. And also the Ko-Fi, $5, $25, anything, any support is always really appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Greyhound, Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Super Flame Zero, Brandon Payne, Glacier XE, and G Prosper. And then I'd like to give a big old thank you to our line art tier patrons: Sean, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin, Encarnacion, Igneo Lind, and A+A. And I'd like to give a big ol' thank you to our Ink tier members: Fine, Austin Wimberly Euchia, and Yuki Alla. Then I'd like to give a big ol' gargantuan thank you to our digital art tier members: J Warrior and AZ Void. Then I'd like to give a big gargantuan thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Overlord Zero, Joaquin Munoz, and Item Okami. And I'd like to give a final gargantuan, supersized, sweet mother of mercy, that kidney will be yours one day, or the Black Myth video, whichever comes first, possibly both. That guy with a pencil tier patron, Calvin Elder.